Indianapolis Colts owner Jim Irsay, who has led the team since 1997 and presided over one of the franchise's greatest eras, died Wednesday at 65. In an era where NFL owners are increasingly involved in numerous other industries, Irsay, who took over at the age of 37, succeeding his father Bob, who had passed away, becoming the youngest owner at the time, was an NFL lifer whose team was his most important asset. Under Irsay's watch, the Colts advanced to 2 Super Bowls. They won in Super Bowl in 2006. Peyton Manning, who won a Super Bowl with Irsay and the Colts, released a statement Wednesday night which read, "I am heartbroken to hear about Irsay's passing. He was an incredibly generous and passionate owner. I will always be indebted to him for giving me my start in the NFL. His love for the Colts and the city of Indy was unmatched. His impact on the players who played for him will not be forgotten. My thoughts and prayers are with his family and everyone in the Colts community. He will be missed. Jim, rest in peace, my friend." Sign number 18. Jim Irsay lived quite a life and squeezed quite a lot in his 65 years. He is gone.
R.I.P. Jim Irsay. You see the reports and news breaking through, man. That clip, him vibing out, dancing to Meek Mill in the locker room with the squad. And as you heard the reports there, right, he was a different kind of owner, a player's owner. The players mess with him. They rock with him. You see the heartfelt message from Peyton Manning in the flick, you know, going back in time a little bit. It's wild the way the years just push on. And, you know, Mr. Irsay had been out of the public eye a bit, as like the reports were saying, right? He was active behind the scenes, of course, as an owner and CEO would be, but also got a lot of FaceTime like that, you know, dancing to Meek Mill and turning up. And word was that he liked to party a bit, as a couple years ago around Christmas, I want to say, was it 2023? I can't recall. It was within the past couple years. He was found unresponsive, and, you know, word was that he was battling substance abuse issues. And as time went on, you've seen a bit less of him. And then there were the reports more recently that he was battling a respiratory illness, and he just was seen a lot less. The vibe was a bit different in Indy with the Colts. Obviously, they had a rough season last year. But you see the announcement from the Colts: "We are devastated to announce our beloved owner and CEO, Jim Irsay, passed away peacefully in his sleep this afternoon. Jim's dedication and passion for the Colts, in addition to his generosity, commitment to the community, and most importantly, his love for his family, were unsurpassed. Our deepest sympathies go to his daughters, Carly, Casey, Kaylin, and his entire family as we grieve with them. Some of Jim's fondest memories came from his youth working training camps in Baltimore and growing relationships with players." Once again, man, he was a player's owner. You know what I mean? You hear of players coaches, but players owner, you don't see as much. Like they love this guy, man. Worked with every department before he was named the youngest GM in team history in '84 when the Colts arrived in Indy. After he took sole ownership in '97, he led the Colts to a long series of division titles and brought the city its first Super Bowl championship. Jim's love and appreciation for the NFL, in addition to its history, tradition, and principles, influenced him to become a steward of the game throughout his 50-plus years in the league. Jim's generosity can be felt all over Indy, the state of Indiana, and the country. He made philanthropy a daily endeavor. He never hesitated to help countless organizations and individuals live better lives. Music was one of Jim's passions. Again, you seen him turning up, man. That was really something. And the ability to share his band and collection with millions of people across the world brought him tremendous joy. Also, I didn't know he was in a band as well. That's pretty interesting. Simply put, he wanted to make the world a better place, and that philosophy never wavered. Jim will be deeply missed by his family, the Colts organization, and the fans everywhere, but we remain inspired by his caring and unique spirit. And someone else who reacted, man, a big beloved player, right? Well, retired player, but he's heavy active in the media, is Mcafee, man. And you see he wrote out a lengthy message. I'm not obviously going to go into it all, but it's just showing you, man, how much people really cared for this guy. Again, you see coaches, right, that maybe transition from playing into coaching, and they'll be like, yo, that guy's a player's coach. You just don't see that as much with ownership roles and everything. But he had an interesting climb to ownership or whatever, the way he worked through it all. Like you just saw in that report and statement from the Colts that he networked. He worked in a lot of different aspects, working with players in training camps and such, and it was quite the career, man. So RIP Jim. Thanks for watching. Sub up, and I'll get with y'all on the next one.